All right, class. Before we get started, I just wanted to preface this with a couple questions, given our recent writing assignment. How many of you feel lost when it comes to starting an extended writing assignment? And that can vary from you're not sure what goes in it, you feel overwhelmed with the task that you have to do all of this writing, write this huge essay, or you're just not even sure where to start. Raise your hand. Okay, as we can see, a lot of us struggle with this. It's not just one or two people. Everyone feels this way. All right, so today what we're going to talk about is developing a pre-writing strategy for extended writing assignments that will help us get our thoughts going, organize our thoughts, and map it out better so we've got a much more solid starting point for our extended writing. All right, so the most important part when starting with an extended writing assignment is focusing on the introductory paragraph. In that paragraph, you're going to state generally what you're going to talk about throughout your entire essay. That's why organizing this will help you move forward in your essay. So that's what we're going to focus on our pre-writing strategy. We have two different methods that you can use when writing. Is to use a foursquare. In a foursquare, you get to really map out your ideas, writing your topic sentence first, stating your first point, what you're going to talk about in your second paragraph for point 2, what you're going to talk about for point 3, and what your concluding sentence is. All right, and this will help if you're more of a visual learner, if it's easier for you to map things out and you like to write in complete sentences and have a lot of room. Okay, so that's an option number 1. A tiered list. In this tiered list, you'll see that you state your topic. All right, so this would kind of act like your topic sentence. And then A, B, and C are what you'll talk about for your supporting sentences for your body paragraphs. And so you just state the general point. This is good if you don't want to write in complete sentences. You just want to jot down ideas and get information down. So you give a general point here. Details about this point will go in capital Roman numeral 1. And then more details about that point in letter A, and then in lowercase, ultra specific details. You probably won't even need to get this specific, but if you feel that you need to go down this far, lowercase Roman numeral 1, and then move on to point B, and then move in as you get more detail for your points. D is for your concluding sentence. This is just another way to format your information. All right, so the special education provider is going to hand out both of these for you. We're going to practice as a class, so you don't need to write anything down, just contribute to the discussion, and then afterward, you'll get to choose which one you want to use, and you'll have both in front of you for when we get started with our essay topic. As shown, I'm just going to use the tiered list, but you still have the opportunity to choose which one you want to use. All right. The example writing topic is to pick and describe the most important lesson learned in Romeo and Juliet. Think about when we read the story, some themes and ideas that we talked about that came out of that story. If you need to, refer back to your notes, take a minute and think about it. Okay, now let's say, yes, we'll use the one where Romeo and Juliet, in that story, some characters didn't stand up for what they believed in. And because of that, bad things happened to them. And so, as a result, you should always stand up for what you believe in. Okay, excellent. Now, what were some of those characters? Think about it for a minute. Okay, let's share. Who could we use? Juliet, excellent. Juliet didn't stand up for what she believed in. How? How do you know? When did that happen? When she was talking to her parents about marrying Paris. How didn't she stand up for what she believed in? What did she do? What did she not say? What should she have said? Very good. She should have told her parents that she was in love and already married to Romeo, but she didn't. And because of that, what happened? Right? Her parents exiled her. She was told to never speak to them again unless she agreed to marry Paris. So she was shunned from her family because of what she chose not to tell them. She was afraid. Who else? Excellent. Romeo didn't stand up for what he believed in either. When? How do you know? Right? Excellent. When he was confronted by Tybalt for being a Montague, Romeo didn't tell Tybalt that he cared for him because of his new relationship with Juliet. He kept it to himself. He just tried to sneak around and avoid the fight. But then what happened? Excellent. Mercutio cuts in to fight on behalf of Romeo because Romeo is going to die not defending himself. Mercutio cuts in and then Mercutio dies. Someone close to Romeo is killed because he doesn't stand up for what he believes in. Who else? Who else could we use? Very good, the friar. Friar Lawrence, he is a very unique character. How did he not stand up for what he believed in? Very good. He felt that the relationship between Romeo and Juliet would heal the family feud between the Montagues and the Capulets. However, instead of marrying the two teenagers and helping them show their parents that love can overcome anger, he allowed them to sneak around, tried not to tell their parents, and both teens ended up dying. Okay, excellent. Now we've got our 3 points. What do we want to say in our thesis statement? How do we want to summarize these thoughts? Look at what we have so far and take a minute and think. All right, and let's get something written down. Excellent. Now, let's look at what we have. Even though I don't have complete sentences, I have a basic topic sentence, a point for my first paragraph, which is right how Juliet had a specific scenario where she didn't stand up for what she believed in and something bad happened. In paragraph 2, very good, Romeo and his specific incident about not standing up for what he felt was right. And paragraph 3, very good, how Friar Lawrence also had bad things happen to him because of what he didn't stand up for. This is a really great way to outline what you want to say in your overall essay. And our introductory paragraph is practically written. So these are really excellent pre-writing strategies. As you can see, these tools were quite helpful in deciding how to start our introductory paragraph as a class. What I would like you to do now is take out the essay assignment and look at that and both of these pre-writing strategies. If you still have questions, raise your hand. If you don't, you can get started. The special education teacher and I will be walking around to check in and see how you're doing. If we're all good, you can get started.